boss battle.
Is that all?
Mm-hmm.
We need to clear the battlefield of traps. Then we're gonna start trying different things. I'm actually mostly worried about the 3 mages appearing here. I mean, the boss is probably the most dangerous, but that's something you can usually manage if you have everything else under control. I already cleared this, I probably did. I think. The Yanti archers are actually more dangerous than I initially thought. Right, so we can give our first try. This is gonna be the let's just go in there and try to kick ass, see what happens. Not an official name for the clan, but more or less it is.
Yeah.
Ready.
Ready for action.
I'm here. Easy as goblin pie.
So, it has come to this, has it? I did not expect a group of natives to... I have no use for... I am cooking a special dish for an old friend. The gem is an item. It gives sight beyond sight. You cannot have... If they fail on their plans, simply take... You have just destroyed a good portion of my army, and are now demanding that I hand over more resources.
I will do as you ask.
I believe
that
I will be
all?
doing
What
the
is
taking
required?
now.
Very
Pray
well.
that your
Your
souls
command?
are prepared.
It shall be done.
Huh? Sure.
You need me? Watch me.
Aye.
We need to wait for the transformation.
Ready.
You have my
I have no idea how long it will take though.
Ready. I'm here.
I await your
Magic resistance. Weapon ineffective.
Yes.
I am ready.
It's a +1 weapon.
Yes.
So +1 weapons don't work on it. Well, that's fucking great, isn't it? Do I even have? +2 weapons for her. I think I have +2 weapons, but shit. I don't think the barbarian can harm it.
Yeah.
No, this magic resistant.
I am ready as ordered. Ah.
the thing really works on it, magic wise. But it is dying, so does it really matter?
Ready. Fine, fine.
Why Yxunomei dead?
What is your will?
Ooh, that's bad. I might be able to dispel some of these paralysis effects we are suffering from, but we are not doing well.
Onward to victory!
At least someone got dispelled. Cleric is in a shit situation though.
Aye.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I await your instructions.
Huh?
I am ready as always.
Ready. Try to keep this short.
Ready.
Okay, what the fuck are you people doing?
I am ready.
We need to maintain the situation.
Ready for action.
Yeah.
Need to reduce their numbers.
Your desire.
I am bravely. What is your will? Huh?
What is required?
I'm here.
We don't want the mages to step in.
But quickly now. I shall do my best.
Okay,
Neighbor,
that was uncomfortably close.
ready.
Why must you do that?
I am ready. Forward.
I honestly didn't think this would work, but
I should rest. I cannot walk.
I suppose she's more or less a cleric. The
I'll be needing
Yxunomei.
rest soon.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. Fine, fine.
Hearthstone. Someone
Yeah.
actually has to take it. Cleric got a level up. Right, and now we wait. Still have the mages there, but I'm not gonna move a muscle until we actually get a better situation awareness here. I just need to get a little bit of a peek
Sure.
there, where they're located. So hiding in shadows would not be totally unwelcome.
Speak your mind.
4th level spells. Excellent. Weapon proficiency. I'm thinking of taking a club. Sword and shield style would not be a terrible thing either, because we are using this cleric to tank from time to time, and it's always with a shield. At the same time, no one has a club as a weapon so far. So it would just be able to take better advantage of the weapons we actually find. Probably some kind of druid weapon. I sort of like the defenses more though, but whatever. I want every weapon to be usable by someone. I have no idea what weapons you can find in this game. So nothing special really. I still think we should hold on to some kind of a summon spell, just so we can believe certain spells out of tough opponents or act as distractions. At the same time, I sort of don't want to do that. Uh, what to take? Visualized poison might not be a terrible thing. Defensive harmony would be great for surviving a tough situation for a while. At the same time, Death Ward. I think I'll just take a heal for now. This is this is when you want to sort of stretch your
Aye.
capabilities for a little bit longer.
Is
This is
that
not
all?
good setup for when you need to
How can I help?
get some kind of decent
Ready.
burst of performance out of your guys.
Ready.
Your command?
Getting pretty tired.
Okay, we should be in good enough of a condition to put this thing to an end.
Let us rest for a while.
I don't know if they're actually there.
I'm here. Right then.
No. So there is basically a precaution for you to try to fight in a different manner. If you don't want to go here with the traps and everything, they'll drop shit on you. It's
Yeah.
an interesting thing.
Good.
So you can to a certain extent eat your
I'll be
poison,
needing rest soon.
and it's probably going to be used in other situations too. I don't think that's a bad thing, because it doesn't make not fighting here a bad choice, but it'll mean that you'll have to face more enemies if you do it. I'm mainly pleased that I'm
Is that
aware
all?
that such choices might actually matter. Girl of some sort? Belt of stones. It's a curse of some sort. It's a reward for a job well done on a mercenary. Once the victim would try on the girdle, Vellum would kick them over the side of the boat, where they would quickly drown. Vellum's clock ran out when he kicked Heret the Procampor into the Sea of Fallen Stars. Heret had a potion of water breathing and a helm of underwater action with him at the time. When the huge seaweed-covered form of Heret emerged near the docks where Vallon was resting, local priest of Tyr immediately came to his aid. Upon discovering what Vellum had done, the priest of Tyr and 3 paladins attempted to capture him. Vellum killed 2 of the paladins but died in the battle. It is believed that the belt was later sold to a traveling collector who specialized in cursed clothing. I wonder,
Ready?
one thing sort of what I sort of hate about these stories about the items is that those would be great stories to actually play through, but you always hear about those nice happenings and adventures from a little piece of text. But when you actually play the game itself, there's very rarely anything so clever and interesting happening in the game. My problem with that is that the actual makers of the game have to write the text, so why the fuck didn't they use
I'm in
those
need of a good night's sleep.
entertaining ideas in planning the adventure itself? Why the fuck do they limit it to the flavor text? And I don't know. Hammer arrows. Okay. I haven't really paid attention to what the actual items I pick up do. I just assume every yellow tipped arrow is a +1 arrow. Apparently not. I'm also very glad that they're visually identical, so there's no way to actually identify just from looking at them. Detonation arrows, probably. Fireball arrows, basically. But might be something different. Negative charisma, bonus armor class, immunity to horror and cloak of fear, protects against critical hits. So it's not bad. So if you don't give a shit about charisma, it's actually very positive compared to a normal helmet, for example. Right, guess we can go home.
I'm exhausted. Let us rest for a while.
Yeah, I want to rest
Yes?
too, but it's not a high priority. Thing is though, I don't want to continue playing while we're
Ready?
fatigued and have no spells. Because if anything unexpected happens, we're fucked.
Is that all? I'll be needing rest soon.
Huh?
I'm here. I...
What is your will? Ready.
Not a problem.
It's a fairly lengthy dungeon. Ammunition stores were a little bit low at the end, but they still lasted. So it's a good amount of ammunition you can carry. You don't continually run out, but at the same time, you do have to have hundreds of shots if you want to manage a dungeon of this size. Yep, I think we're done. Well, as long as one of these guys survives, you have someone to watch over you when you sleep. There should be some enemies here waiting for us. I wonder if they're still waiting for us. They were summoned. They were not, strictly speaking. There were a couple lizards. No, they were all summoned. Trolls and lizards.
Is that
They're
all?
gone. We need to... Mother Eugenia or something like that. We'll talk to her. Hopefully she'll lead the uh, townspeople away from this place now. There shouldn't be anything holding them back. And this is what we're currently doing, is why I appreciate where in a lot of modern games there's some kind of a teleportation or quick exit, because just going through these levels backwards when they're empty, what what purpose does that serve? It's a time sink. Nothing can really happen anymore, nothing interesting. So you're just wasting time.
Watch me go.
And suffering from pathfinding issues. Here's the first victim. Second. I'll get there in the end. I think this was one of the worst ones. Narrow little hallway there. Should be able to use her to indicate can we actually talk. Yeah, she's gone. Let's do it this way.
Yes, right away.
Yeah, the prisoners are gone.
Ready. Easy as goblin pie.
I'm probably going to solo this afterwards. It seems interesting now. Those kind of tougher situations. How you're gonna play through them. There's a couple of great classes that you probably can easily play through the game, well, easily and relatively easily. Sorcerer, Monk, Cleric. Although I'm not sure about the Sorcerer, it depends on the spell selection on the higher levels. Do they actually provide you with a significant advantage over enemies at this level or not? but you'd also use a lot of usables. Anything that basically doesn't require for their game world to provide the advantages they need. Monk will have a shitty start, but once you get your full range of abilities, you basically will have a very competent fighter that is borderline immune to status effect and magic. So he will have no major weakness. Probably would struggle mostly against good melee characters. Cleric does it all. Good equipment, good armor class, spells will be provided freely without anything. And you have attack spells, defense spells, summoning spells, spells that allow you to fight like a warrior. You basically have no weaknesses.
Easy as
Although the
goblin
negative
pie.
is that you actually do need your spells. And the combat AI seems to use dispel magic quite frequently. So I think it's not quite as easy as I make it out to be. Sorcerer would have the offensive spell advantage, but I don't. Looking at the
You have
spell
my
selection
undivided
that's
attention.
available, actually I can't see everything that's available. I'm not super impressed with what I'm seeing. I need to. Oh, I need to test the skull thing though. Can I stack them, or is there a limit to how many you can cast? Well, there might be a limit, but it's not one. Yeah, I think a sorcerer would probably be able to burst through certain targets the easiest. Not sure that's exactly what you always want.
I'm here. Done.
Oh shit. Neo Orok Avenger.
I shall rest. I cannot hold your fight indefinitely.
How good are they? They're okay, but not amazing.
Speak your mind.
I think we need to secure the druid first,
Easy as goblin.
then see what else is going on in town. There's some kind of leader that's probably here. So what the fuck is going on?
Thanks, Sylvanus, you have returned. Evil is afoot in Kuldahar. Strange orcs prowl through town, killing our townspeople. I must ask you, have you found the source of evil in Dragon's Eye?
Perhaps. A strange woman named Yxunomei was raising an army of trolls, lizardmen, Yanti, and undead. I defeated her and many of her minions.
Excellent. Thank you for destroying my ancient enemy. I couldn't have planned this better myself.
What do you mean?
You have been unwitting pawns in the grand scheme of things. You have saved this town from immediate destruction. but it is all for naught. In a few months, Kuldahar will be frozen solid. There's nothing you can do about it.
Who are you?
I am sure Yxunomei must have explained it to you. She and I have been foes for centuries. Thanks to you, the vendetta has ended. Arundel is bleeding out his life above us. Now I can begin to build my forces in this world without fear.
No, really, who are you?
Who am I? I am but a simple priest, spreading the gospel of suffering to the masses. Soon, you will all know the litany of our faith. I'd start praying now if I were you. Farewell.
A little fire and lightning should liven things up.
Getting pretty tired.
Is that all?
At last, I feared I could not hold any longer. The last of my life has almost left my body, and soon I shall be restored to the balance.
What happened?
A man, but not a man. He wore my skin like a cloak, my face like a mask. He came suddenly in the night and struck me down. Nature itself seemed to recoil from him. Even with the strength of the great oak bolstering me, I was unable to stop him. He touched me once, his hands as blood, and I felt my life begin to drain away.
Arundel, hold on. We still may be able to help.
No, only the hope you would return has kept my body alive. You must take the Heartstone gem to the elven fortress of the Severed Hand.
Why?
The Severed Hand is the prison of Laurel, one of the last of the elven archmages. He is the only one left who can use the Heartstone gem, if he still lives.
But the Severed Hand, I've never heard of it. Where can I find it?
It is to the south. Nature will guide you. Enough of my power remains that I may do that. And now, I must go. Serve the balance. Protect Kuldahar from this evil.
Farewell, Arundel. We will see you avenged. Loot! Probably druid loot, so worthless. Entangle. Lane strike. It's a piece of shit.
Is that all?
Do we need to clear the city out of enemies? Oh, it's you! Where have you been? Did you see the monsters? They come out of the mountains and start to attack the town. I saw them from my lookout post. Bunch of big scary looking orcs led by a man in grey. About the man in grey. I don't know, I've never seen him around here before. I watched him go into Arendel's house while the monsters attacked the town. I hope Arendel's alright. Well, no.
Guard. Easy as goblins
Demons of sleep
pie.
hound me. I need rest.
Just need to take a look. It doesn't seem like there's any more enemies.
Right then.
Yeah, nothing's changed here. No one even talks about the attack. What exactly do we need? We need to identify a metric ton of shit. Earth spells.
Not a problem.
The would-be saviors of Kuldahar have returned. Pleased to see you haven't gotten yourself killed yet. What can I do for you today? Right. Let's see. I think he has new spells. I don't recall Power Word Sleep being here earlier. Maybe I'm wrong. Still a low level spell. Yeah, I think it's the same crap. Oh, yes. Certainly haven't seen these. Lance of Disruption. Probably an anti-undead weapon. No, just crushing damage. Force missiles. Shout. Vitrolic Sphere. Phantom Blade. Motion Fear. Spirit Armor Enchanted Weapon. You can make a +3 and weapon out of something. Probably a good idea to have this on someone. Sequencers. Fuck, I forgot about sequencers. Massively increase the burst potential of a wizard. Invisibility area radius would be very useful in certain situations. You can easily position your troops where you want them. Okay, a lot of new spells in fact. Dicka Stave. Or Staff. Drains hit points. Maybe a couple of new items too. +3 armor class, +1 saving throws. Not usable by chaotic evil. Okay, not used by chaotic evil, neutral evil, neutral, no neutral or evil. Huh. Has to be other limitations. Okay, I don't think I'll buy anything yet. I need to get some kind of a better idea of what our useful funds are. I need to identify everything we have too.
Done.
Pick the ones we want,
Done.
sell the rest. I believe Gareth was looking for some of the books. Might as well get rid of those. I have no use for them. Um,
Easy as goblin pie.
It seems this season of evil grows worse. Now the attackers that have taken our women and children attack us openly without fear. It has been generations since such evils befell Kuldahar, and I fear worse times are to come. The evil which stole the townspeople and the evil which drives these new attackers are not the same. I'm looking for what lurks behind this new threat, but I'm in need of supplies first. Why did I explain that to him? Yeah, I'm not picking any more books. I thought when he said he was interested in history books, I thought that he would actually pay some decent
Good.
money out of them. But he's paying so little, it's not worth the effort. It's not worth the wasted inventory space, rather.
Easy as goblin pie. Is that all?
I don't need a +2 two-handed sword, or a two-handed weapon of some sort, so I'm not sure if I want to buy it. It's very rare you can encounter creatures that require a +2 weapon. Usually it's between normal and magic. The meaningful difference after that is for bosses. Or golems.
Deal with yourselves.
Yeah, sure.
Ready. Done.
Right, looks like the town at least is clear. I need to visit the temple first, because I want to see if the Mother Genia, whoever her name was, actually arrived here. Hmm. They just all mysteriously disappeared from the caves.
Right then.
No, they just disappeared, and I feel like I did something wrong. Hmm. Right, there hasn't been really any mention of the villagers that we were disappeared. Still, there's no quests here. I'm just gonna assume everything went fine. It's not like they should have been able to escape, and they weren't there when I had killed Yxunomei. So I'm sure it's all fine. This is the older thing, and the door is the expansion. But you don't have to play it here. You can play it as
Is that all?
separately. I think there's a minimum requirement before you can start it, like you have to be level 9 or something like that, so we can do it anyway, even if we wanted to at the moment.
Not a problem.
Root cellar. Okay, I'll quickly visit the houses to see if there's anything noteworthy in there. But I think I'll just do some kind of equipment management thing and get that. I do need to identify a lot of things.
Aye. Easy as goblin pie. Aye.
Sorry for the confusion, friend. We're having our share of problems at the moment. Looks like you stirred up a viper's nest at Dragon's Eye, and they came down to pay us back. Those attackers in the town were not from Dragon's Eye. They're part of another problem, which I fear I will have to deal with presently. In the meantime, I will need a meal if the kitchen's open. Yeah, this is not actually an inn.
Watch me go.
Right, rest first. Identification of items first. Then select which ones we want to keep, which ones we will get rid of. Then get rid of. Buy new things. Spells are, I suppose, the biggest thing we have to buy. Because we have to buy them. We're not getting enough wood.
Not a problem.
So, what do we have? Everything will get identified. We could use some container for the arrows. Translocation arrow. When a successful hit, the user is transported next to the target. Interesting. Practically interesting item. Not sure if I have any really interesting use in them. Dark and Glory. Cast Curious centered on the target each time critical hit is scored. No one uses a studded leather armor. No one uses a katana. Infected two-handed axe. Target is infected with disease. 1 damage for every 2 seconds indefinitely. Okay, that's interesting. Um, Technically he could use it, but he is a defender. We could have her learn axe usage. We need a +2 weapon. Yeah, normal spear. Cold resistance versus chance of dealing extra electrical damage. I'll hold on to the axe for now. probably sell some of the scrolls away. I'm never gonna use them. Some of them maybe, but it would have to be very, very desperate situation. +2 longsword. Acid resistance. Save response. Well, this is not terrible. But we have quite a few longswords already. I think we can start selling the extra X's away. Also not sure what to do with the keys. I don't have any recollection where they fit. I'm not sure I should be throwing them away either. First, not gonna use. Although I don't care about this. This doesn't seem to do shit. I suppose it's a high bonus quarterstaff, but I can't get the abilities to work. It probably works only in not gonna really work on us. So I might as well get the money out of it. Spine sheet. Very accurate, but not all that interesting otherwise. Might think about switching to a crossbow. Heavy crossbow speed, 2 attacks per round. This is actually very good. Spell diver. Spell resistances, magic resistance. 50% of all hits nullify the target's ability to cast spells for 2 rounds. Yeah, that's actually quite nice. Versus phasing. A little bit of extra cold damage. Yeah, I'll take it. We do want to have a bow too, though. We have so many arrows for it, I can't get rid of it. So 15% chance to target a stun for 4 seconds, +2 Morningstar, I think. Versus extra attack. I'll take the extra attack, thanks. But the ability to stun targets is not exactly terrible. Last items. Baleful Mail. Charisma negative. I've already identified this previously. Razors of Defense. All Withering. 2% chance per hit of casting Finger of Death on target. Either it takes extra damage or dies. Probably want to hold on to that. That's a good desperation measure if you're really truly desperate. Precious Dagger. Save versus poisoner suffer 1 point of poison damage per second for 8 seconds. So really slightly amusing, I suppose. That's it. We do have to switch the spell still. Right. I think I've already taken all the equipment I want to take. I do need to take back the short bow +1. Right. So sell the crap, try to buy ammunition belt. Probably should visit Oswald too.
I
Could upgrade to blade mails, I think. Especially with some of the guys. I think we should. It's a fairly straightforward upgrade with no downsides as far as I can see. Ammo belt. Yes, please. Pig's Eye. 50% of all hits blind orcs for 8 seconds. And 30,000 for that piece of shit. We'll have to come back for the ammunition purchases, I think. We need to see what exactly is available at the moment. Right. $24,000. You could buy one really good weapon. Right, 39,000. So we could buy a few spells and a really good weapon. Problem is, no one is really missing that. We could get a better weapon for her, the barbarian, but that's about it. The problem is they're more or less just +3 weapons. They're fine, but they're nothing amazing. And that's all our cash down the drain at that point. Troll Slayer. Yeah, it just isn't worth it. Spear of White Ash. This might be it, because we don't have Magical Spear, and it's a +3 weapon. Costs 15,000. 5% of all hits cause an additional 1d6 points of piercing damage from the barbs on the spear. This might be okay. +4 versus giants on a sling wouldn't be bad. I'm sure we're going to go against giants sooner or later. 5 +3 spear. That sounds actually quite nice. The other +3 weapons are double the price. Um, yeah. The big problem is that I do have to keep buying a lot of stuff for a lot of people, and we're not particularly well equipped on a lot of fronts. Normal plate mails just purchased. I should have bought them a while ago. Let it go for now. While we basically have a single opponent that was troublesome, is it worth 15,000? I don't know. It might be, because +3 is where you basically can last to the end of the game. I think it's not great, but you can do it. You can actually harm all the opponents that come your way. And there's no telling, although she knows how to use halberd, spears, and two-handed swords, so she's gonna get one. I have no doubt about that. I can also take an axe to just make sure of that. But I'm not really worried about her not having the proper equipment. She's too well diversified now. I think I'll just buy the spells and leave things like that. We can always, I suppose, come back to Collard, buy it if we really need it. But spells is something we do need right now. Not that many of those either. I more or less just need to make sure that level... I can actually start using level 4 and 5 spells the moment I learn them.
Indeed.
That's it.
I'm here. Not a problem.
That I have something I can throw. Enchanted weapon. Definitely want to buy this. We can make our own +3 weapons when we need it. So for 24 hours. It's dispellable though. That's the, I suppose, the shittiest part of it. Maybe used by anyone. Yeah, this is much more sensible approach than to just throw 15,000 down the drain. Minor sequencer, yes. I don't really like using them, but there's not because they're bad. They're game-breakingly good. Rather, Vocalize. Vocalize is if you get silence. You need to. It's the only spell you can cast. It'll negate the silence. A lot of level 3, level 4. Not sure how many of these I want to buy. Level 5 spell. I'm not gonna use this, so it sort of makes this irrelevant. Suppose I should buy the monster summoning, even though I don't really plan to using it. Rogue's Cowl. Armor class, move silently, hide in shadows. It's not bad, but do I really want it? I'm using him as more as a caster than anything else. So I think this will have to do. Left with 30,000. But I haven't really checked who really should have what. Why do you do this to me, game? Yeah, I think this is mostly just crap. I want to just sell it away. Maybe not everything, but most of it. Yeah, I just don't give a shit. I can't see myself ever really using them.
Easy as goblin pie.
I'm not really interested in stealthing my way through things, so non-detection there's no purpose for me. Yeah, I forgot these spells. Okay. That should diversify our spell selection enough, so we should not have to suffer any real troubles for a while. Right, ammunition. He doesn't really need ammunition, but I can use his slots as backup ammunition. He has a throwing axe. Is that it? A cursed item. And sell those away.
Not
Right.
a problem.
Do we want to change things? I don't think we want to use Mel's Minor Meteors as a standard. We're a range weapon user already, so maybe something else. I'm not a fan of the ice lands, so... Although there aren't exactly a lot of good options here. Let's fireball things away. Right, everything's perfect. More or less just options in case we encounter
Is that
trouble
all?
than anything we want to constantly use.
Watch me go.
Right, we just need the ammunition at this point and we can continue on. Where do we need to go? Severnham, right.
Right then.
Makes no sense to take arrows if he's gonna function as a backup. It's more sensible to just buy bolts.
pie.
Right, good
Easy as
enough.
goblin pie.
Actually, do you want
Is
to
that all?
pie my
Off we
darts?
go.
Not really a dart person myself. No, because we'll have to visit the smith.
Not a problem. Ready.
Yes.
Ready for action.
How can I help?
Mm-hmm.
Your desire?
I'm here. Right then.
We have to cast something with the +3 weapon. We can make a weapon for Terra. +3 spear or something like that. But I'm not gonna do it unless we start to get inefficient, or rather ineffectual hits on Terra on a regular basis. If there's an opponent here and there that she is gonna have to struggle a little bit, that's not gonna be a problem. That's a minor inconvenience, although we do need to look forward in that sense. We don't have always want to wait until
Is
we
that all?
hit the trouble before we try to act on it. Right. Could also buy the +1 armor, I suppose. Although yeah, it would aid a little bit, but honestly I haven't been missing that. I'll let it be. It's still
Not a
10,000
problem.
and we might be able to get something better. 10,000, well, 7,500. It's point is, it's not a amount of gold I want to throw away just like, or just on a whim. Single point of armor class is not that big of a deal. Not when we have so large of a group. If it was a single guy, then yeah, even a single point would make a difference. Fairly close to a level up, I suppose, on the fighter front. Not even halfway there on the priest. Illusionist should be getting a level up soon. So will the mage. But the experience points amounts we're going to get needs to be drastically increased if we want to see level ups
Your
anymore.
command?
And naturally that'll happen. But yeah, I think you always gonna need basically double it. But every level up more than 100,000 experience points, so that's 500,000 plus that we have to gain before we can expect for the cleric to get a level